Hey sweet friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun video. I'm making some gorgeous DIYs you are absolutely going to love. A huge thank you to Essential Stencil for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up and let's jump on into it. So no, you did not click on a Christmas video. I thought this was so funny. I wanted to use up some of these longer signs, and one of them were Christmas, one of them was a leftover fall sign, and one of them had a rabbit for Easter, so it was just kind of funny. But I wanted these neutral color signs to be the backing. I am going to cut off those little cutout pieces at the end, and then just using a solid sign so that I could flip around and actually paint, so it didn't matter what was on it. All of the glitter is going to be glued to the inside and going to be concealed, so it won't even matter. But I did just take a utility knife or razor blade to kind of score over this so it easily breaks off. I didn't have to get out the saw or any power tools, and then just glued these together with some large popsicle sticks, and it's going to make it one large piece, so then I can cover the seam with this MDF sign. So I love doing this. I've made signs similar to this in the past and they just look really gorgeous and high-end, I feel like. For this, I went ahead and painted it a mineral color with my chalk paint. Go ahead and give that a couple of coats of paint, and then this was what I was so excited about. Essential Stencil actually offers a reusable mylar stencil in this rattan pattern, and it's going to be so gorgeous. So I love the light colored wood. I thought it would be really fun to use white paint. You could go with any paint that you wanted to, but I thought it would look really gorgeous. I did decide I was just going to have to go ahead and do 2 of these stencils, so let the first set dry and then scoot it over, and it was perfectly fine using chalk paint. It dries less than 5 minutes, so very easy to do. But Essential Stencil also sells their own brushes, so I picked up these stencil brushes and they're very easy to use and high quality. I just dipped it in the paint, and then you just kind of want to dab some off of your brush and then put it on the stencil. But this went fairly quickly and really fun to do, but made this gorgeous pattern. So now I get to glue my board in the middle. I love how this pattern is poking up through the top and the bottom. I didn't want to glue it down just yet until I added my second stencil in there. So this is another fun pack that they have. It's like a summer pack. It has watermelon, lemonade, and this sunshine sign. I went ahead and went with black just to make it look a little bit classy because I was leaving it neutral, but it says sunshine and sweet tea. I felt like this would be perfect in my dining area. So I go ahead and just dab on the black paint on the stencil. Go ahead and pick this up. You can let this dry. I was just excited to see what it was going to look like, so I tried to pick it up, glue everything down in place, and that's how easy it was to put this together. But this is so beautiful. Can't wait to keep making these. You can see what a huge difference it makes using their products and how it elevated this project. Hands down, one of my favorites. But I had to take a second to tell you that Essential Stencil is bundling everything that I'm using in today's video and putting it on major discount, so you can get everything that I'm using for 30% off. Plus, if you use code KraftsbyKatelyn, you can get an additional 10% off, which is a lot of savings. So I'm so excited that they were doing this for you guys. Essential Stencil is a family-owned company, so it would mean the world if you go support them and click the links down below. They do have their own YouTube channel, so you can follow them for more DIYs and tutorials, but they sell reusable mylar stencils as well as high-quality rub-ons. And rub-on transfers are one of, hands down, my favorite crafting items to use ever. So I love a good rub-on transfer. These are like high quality and gorgeous. I love the floral designs. But you have to go check out their website. If you love crafting, if you sell your crafts, these are really going to make them look high-end and store-bought. All of that information will be linked down in the description box. But let's go ahead and jump on into the next project. So I've had this like old cheaper pallet sign laying around forever and never put it to good use. So I just thought I would have fun with it. So I laid it out and thought how I was going to paint the stencils on these, and I felt like it had one plank too many, so I was able to just kind of break that off and then use my miter shears to cut away the excess wood. But it worked out perfect, leaving the 3 panels. I'm able to put the stencils at the top and the bottom, and then a word in the middle. I did have a little accident. I thought this paint was already open, or maybe it was, and it dried shut again because I like to poke the hole in the paint cap, but it obviously wasn't. So whenever I tried to squeeze it, it just splattered everywhere. It wasn't a big deal. I went ahead and just painted what I wanted green. This is the moss green color, but I did have to let that middle panel dry before I come in and painted it white. And next I'm using the olive branch stencil, and I was going to do the top and then the bottom, but then I discovered if I turned it up and down I could do both at the same time. So I just took painter's tape to cover the middle white plank because I didn't want to get well, it's white paint, so it really wouldn't have mattered if I would have gotten in there. I didn't think about that whenever I was taping the stencil down, but I always see all of these things that I could have changed whenever I am watching this back. Just like you guys, a lot of you all tell me or suggest things, and sometimes it's things I know, I just don't think about it at the time. I'm usually like blasting music or my kids are talking to me. So anyways, I just do the best I can, but I am taking my stencil brush and just dabbing on this white paint, and this is a gorgeous pattern. I love this so much. I feel like it's the perfect size little vines like scattered throughout with the little olives on there, but leaving them the neutral color. I love the pattern on this. It just made me super happy. I feel like this goes perfect. It is exactly my style and just so gorgeous. Just imagine like if you wanted to sell these at a craft show, you could just really like keep cranking these out. To put the word in the middle, I'm just using a Dollar Tree word. This is a metal family word. I just glued it down with some E6000 and let that completely dry. Essential Stencil also sells some really high quality rub-on transfers. These are so vibrant in color and are very easy to transfer over to this wood. So I picked up this wooden cutting board from Walmart, and these are very inexpensive, but you can find them at the dollar store. But I stuck a little burlap ribbon at the top, and then I had this love word that I wanted to put, and I feel like these bright pink floral rub-on transfers would be perfect to add to this. This would be like great for a gift idea or decorating for spring and summer. I just love the pop of color in my home, but went ahead and just used their transfer tool to rub this onto the wood. I had this project put together in less than 5 minutes, but looks so gorgeous, like displayed with other cutting boards. I knew I had to create something with the lemonade stencil, so I needed a blank canvas. I have this star one left over, I think from last year, and I just didn't love the like distressing on this. If you look really close, it kind of looks like a digital distressing. You can definitely tell it's fake and not like it's really been sanded. So I wanted to cover that up a little bit but still get the effects of the distressed look. So went over this with a little bit of white paint, leaving some of the backing showing through, and it actually worked better than I even imagined. It's still kind of poking through, but the white just gives me a blank canvas. So went ahead and got that covered and let it completely dry, and then using this sweet fresh lemonade stencil, I taped it down in place, and then using some moss green and yellow, I went ahead and filled in the stencil. I knew I wanted to make this into like a big decor piece and not just leave it a flat sign. I have so many signs hanging on the walls. I really didn't just want to add a jute twine like hanger to it or a wood bead hanger, so I wanted this to stand up. So using one of Dollar Tree's really long thin wooden pieces, I'm attaching this sign to it by putting some of the tower blocks in the back. Now, I didn't catch it all on camera, but I did just hot glue like 5 or 6 of them tall. So this is really stuck together and going to stay in place. But a really fun sign that I'll get to display for summer. For this project, you're going to need a photo frame, some rub-on transfers, as well as 2 pieces of wood that is just slightly bigger or wider than your photo frame. So go ahead and remove the backing, and I'm going to remove the little pegs that hold the glass in because I'm going to be gluing this down and adding on some transfers. So at first I thought I was going to add this one. I love the pink color. I also love the other ones that they sent me. It had some purple in it, which lavender is my favorite color to display for spring and summer. If I am decorating for the season. So I loved this little purple vine or pick or floral arrangement with the butterflies on there. So I go ahead and transfer it onto the glass, which worked really, really well, and layered this with a little pink flower. And I just feel like that added all of the colors, but this is going to look so good like freestanding up and putting it back in the frame and then adding the wooden pieces. I did add some Mod Podge to the frame just to protect and seal my rub-on transfers. It recommended using a polyacrylic or something, but Mod Podge works on glass just fine, so it's going to protect that. And then for the little wood pieces, you want to make sure that they're kind of like coordinating. They don't have to be perfect, but kind of coordinating with your frame. I went ahead and glued these down with this gray color, but I am going to be dry brushing over it with a little bit of white chalk paint. And then just to make sure this is going to be really sturdy and be able to freestand by itself, I snuck in a couple of those blocks around back that no one is ever going to see, but I just feel like it's going to be a lot better and not fall apart easier. So stuck this on the bottom and the top, and I feel like it coordinates really, really well. I blended it in with the white paint as well as going over the frame a tiny bit with the white paint, and it looks like it is an entire piece with the glass in there and the freestanding floral. So I thought this was a fun, unique idea. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. I got so excited when I saw that they had coffee stencils because I am obsessed with coffee, so I thought it would be fun. I'm taking another one of these mini signs. I think this one came from Dollar General, I'm pretty sure, for just a couple of bucks. Flip it around backwards so it already has the frame. This actually come with like 6 stencils, so many, and plus I think it had 1 free in it, it said. So it's 6 or 7 pack, but you get so many different coffee stencils. Hug in a mug. They were just too cute. I was showing you what they look like on this black backing. So kind of doing the same thing as before, just going ahead and giving myself a blank canvas by carefully painting in the back. And this is with the mineral color chalk paint. And then I felt like the frame was too bare, so did add a little bit of truffle paint, just kind of dry brushing that all around the edges. I feel like the hardest part of using these stencils is just trying to figure out what color you want to go on your sign. I always overthink everything, but I thought black would look really nice because I do have the lighter background, and then I didn't want to do the exact same color as the frame, so I feel like it's a contrasting color. You can't go wrong with black, so I did that for the coffee. I also feel like it would be really cute to have made the coffee mug a different color, so I may try that next time. But I picked this up with my little weeding tool, and it left the perfect image. And then if you've checked out a last few of my videos, I've been using torch paste as well as a heat tool and loving it, so I had to try it out with these new stencils. So I have this little piece of sliced wood from Dollar Tree, as well as this little sign. I'm not sure where it came from, maybe Walmart, but just taped down my signs, used my torch paste to fill in the stencil, and then added in my heat gun. I did speed this up really fast, so you do have to just be patient and just kind of hold your heat tool still for a while until it kind of bubbles up and burns off. But I feel like this looked so gorgeous. This is just a fun rustic little sign. I'll be able to hang this from a shelf or set this in a tiered tray. I also love the hug in a mug. And then I feel like the top, or I scooted it down to the bottom so that I would have space at the top, but I felt like it needed some little steam coming out of the mug, so just take a paint marker and filled that in. But both of these turned out so cute, and just excited to keep making all of these mini little signs.
Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. You can truly see how easy it is to use Essential Stencil products. Remember, Essential Stencil is bundling everything that I'm using today and putting it on major discounts for 30% off for my subscribers. If you go click the link down below, also use code KraftsbyKatelyn for an additional 10% off of this bundle, which saves you a ton of money. Thanks again to Essential Stencil for sponsoring today's video. I truly love working with them and getting to try out their products. I would love for you to go check it out down in the description box below. But make sure you are subscribed. Don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting! Bye!